Hey, happy Monday, team. Omid here with you again. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend as summer is starting to wind down and folks are finishing up with their vacations and hopefully getting back out there to go and participate in this amazing market that happens to be the real estate market. So, what's going on here locally and nationally? Let's go take a look at that. Last week's marketplace versus this week's marketplace. Really, I want you to pay attention to one thing and one thing only is this magical line of 100.50 that is serving as a floor of support for the bonds. And this line up here at 100.79 is really the ceiling that they are trading in a very, very tight range. This shows vacillation in the market and that, hey, they're looking for some direction. And really, the direction is going to come from the Federal Reserve, which is meeting this week in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So we'll talk about that in a second. What's going on with rates, you ask? Good question. 655 last week, 653 this week. So again, flat, flat, flat. And this is the way it's going to get, and this is the way it's going to be, in my humble opinion, until we see unemployment numbers, because that's going to be the number one thing. Now, before we go forward, please do consider sharing this with someone that you know and love and care for so they can be brought up to speed just like you are and be smarter about their finances. That would be wonderful. I appreciate that. The Fed minutes comes out on Wednesday from the last meeting. 20-year auction will give us a taste of what the bond traders are into. Really, nothing else is going to matter as much as this Jackson Hole meeting this week, and then Powell is going to speak about it. Now, what are they really looking at that point when they meet is if they're going to reduce the Fed funds rate either a quarter or half of 1%, a quarter or half of 1%. And here's what I think is going to happen. If we look at the last time that they met in August of 2023 versus August of 2024, we can see that the core PCE, personal consumption expenditure, that happens to be the Federal Reserve's favorite way of measuring inflation, was at 4.3. Now it's sitting at 2.6. The core CPI was at 4.7. Now it's at 3.2. Both good things. Unemployment rate was at 3.5. Now it's at 4.3. So it shows weakness in the economy. And guys, this is the biggest thing. If the BLS jobs report shows up worse than expected, we're going to see a half point cut in the Fed funds rate in September. If it comes in as expected or better than expected, hold on to your hats, maybe a quarter. But here's the thing. Everything has gotten better. Yes? Look at what's happened to the Fed funds rate. They are due for a change. So at the end of the day, none of this matters until it does. If you're a home buyer, if you're someone who's considering buying a house, really the word to the wise is right now the competition is not as severe as it's going to get. And the minute that these things go into effect and the Federal Reserve lowers the Fed funds rate a quarter or half or whatever, we're going to see mortgage bonds follow suit and mortgage rates decrease. And now you're going to have 500,000 of your best friends come into the market to try to bid up houses. So that unfortunately is inflationary, which goes against everything they've been trying to do. So hang in there. Have a fantastic week. As always, please subscribe, like, and share. These things will help us rise in the algorithmic world out there. And give me a shout if you have any questions. I'm happy to consult with you and hopefully help you make better decisions. Okay? Cheers.